All right. We are live, folks. 102 viewers. The first demo today is with Party Parrot. Go Party Parrot on Twitter. And as a presenter, we have the Parrot Master here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And yeah, feel free to kick it off and go ahead and show us what you guys have built.
Okay, yeah. So we are the Party Parrot. We're building a suite of lending products based on collateralized LP tokens. And we just launched our mainnet today. So staging.partyparrot.finance. This is our mainnet. There are some risk, it's a risk limited mainnet. And right now we only take stable coins as collaterals. Once price feeds are on the mainnet, we'll support Sol, BTC, and ETH as collateral. So right now, just stable coins, USDC and USDT. Yeah, so this is a really simple product. So first, what you do is you connect wallet. You can select from between like Phantom and Solid. Then once you're connected, you'll see your stablecoin amount. And so we can say we'll deposit, say, $2. And then we can mint, say like 1 pi is our stablecoin or 0.5. So you'll show you the collateral ratio depending on how much you deposit and depending on how much you want to mint. So we're just gonna keep the collateral ratio at 200%. Then you can click mint, approve, and that's it. It's not refreshing. Maybe the RPC is a little bit slow. Let's try reconnecting. Mm.
Great. And do you want to walk us through a little bit what happens with that minted pie? So like what is actually happening here?
I think the transaction got dropped. Yeah. So there's a vote in the in the background. Why is it not working? This is kind of awkward.
It's okay. I
No,
know
just
I've tested it out before. I know it works perfectly. I've played with it enough. So for the listeners out there, this has worked every other time, but of course, the test of fire usually has some hiccups.
kind of awkward. Anyway, this is a really simple product. We'll just get it working tonight. Um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, this is this is bizarre. Um, anyway, I think there's also a definite. So I'll try the definite version.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we literally just launched like half an hour ago. So maybe there's like something weird with it. Anyway, so it's like here's a version that's also at 200% collateral. So the USDC is stored in the vault, and in your balance there will be 50 in stablecoin, and
Mhm.
then you can also like repay. So you can like, say repay like $10 in stablecoin. Yeah, or the demo works. Or you can just repay like everything and withdraw the USDC from the vault as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then the vault is clear. And on the
And
pet,
can you walk us through a quick question? So like what are some of the use cases someone would want to mint pi, right? Like could you walk
yeah,
us through if someone wants to do it, why would they do that?
yeah. So right now the very first use case is we're gonna use Pi for our own IDO. So that's gonna be like the first use case for Pi. And I think like in the future, I think there could be like different trading products using Pi as stablecoin, using Pi as deposit. For example, we were talking to a synthetic stock product.
Mhm.
It's called Offsite. I think they are building like Coinbase. Like before Coinbase went IPO on FTX, there was a synthetic coin asset trading pair, right? So I think like for something like this, for a leverage trading product, the Pi stablecoin could be used as deposit to participate in the trading platform. And the benefit with that is it makes it easy for the trading platform to have a collateral. And because Pi is taking like all sorts of different LP tokens for collateral. So Pi is really an aggregation layer over all the different kinds of LP tokens and interest-bearing tokens. So it will be difficult for the trading platform to integrate with all these crazy collateral types. So this is really where we come in by aggregating over all these exotic and aggregating over all these different OP tokens.
And just to check, so like, wouldn't a simpler example of this be as well? Let's say I have Bitcoin, wrap Solana Bitcoin. I could come and I could deposit it as collateral and mint Pi. That way, if I want to be long Bitcoin and still have Pi to use for other use cases, would that work in the future?
Exactly. That would be the simplest use case, and that this is exactly this is exactly it. Or you can just go long. You deposit BTC as collateral, then you mint more Pi, and you use the Pi to buy more Bitcoin on Serum. That would be like even simpler use case. But I think like the real innovation really comes in from aggregating over the different LP tokens, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really like a use case more in the long term when DeFi systems become more diverse and richer on the Solana platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the listeners that may not be fully aware, what is being said here is that there will be different platforms that you'll be able to provide liquidity, which will give you a liquidity provider token. And this will allow you to get more liquidity from that liquidity provider token by depositing it as collateral here and using that to mint Pi to go do other trades or things like that, to potentially deposit into that thing again and get more LPs. And basically, you can lever up like that on chain. Would you mind talking us through a little bit how the liquidations work here? Because I know that's a very important part of it.
Yeah. The liquidation system is still in the work, and for our launch, it doesn't exist yet because we're just taking stable coins, and right now we're just taking the stable coins on a one-to-one nominal basis. So the vaults will never liquidate for the stable
Mhm.
coin. Yeah, and in the future, when we take volatile assets such as BTC, ETH, and Solana, where the price fluctuates, then liquidation becomes a problem. And the strategy we plan to do with liquidation is we'll build a liquidation pool. So if you want to become a liquidator, you don't need to operate any bots or to run any scripts. You just need to deposit your capital into the liquidation pool. Then the team, the protocol, will be responsible for operating the pool and liquidate the positions whenever necessary. And the liquidation rewards will pay into the pool. And
Mhm.
the liquidation pool will obviously be incentivized in the beginning as well with parent emissions.
That makes sense too. So you will have different mechanisms. So basically the community can liquidate. I know Mango Markets is doing something like that. Is that along the similar lines or?
Yeah, I would imagine probably pretty similar. I'm not familiar with how Mango Market works, but I
Mhm.
think it's really moving away from relying on third party to provide both the capital and the technical competence to liquidate. So it's really to separate the two things. So all you need to do is to provide capital, then we will we will provide the technical competence to do the liquidation, and then you just get paid sitting in the pool.
Ah, got it. Okay, so it is quite different. So there is a liquidation pool that you can provide to and receive incentives for being a liquidator through your liquidity, basically.
Right, exactly. So this will probably also be an early use case for Pi. So like you can mint Pi, then deposit the Pi into a liquidation pool, and whenever your capital is used to liquidate, then you will just gain the extra rewards by doing
Uh,
so.
Understood. And the Parrot token, how will that tie into this protocol?
The Parrot token is going to be the governance token, and it will also be some sort of reward token going on with the equity thing. This is still like being figured out, but I think that
Mhm.
the simplest mechanism is uh, we'll be charging stability fees for all the Parrot for all the outstanding Parrot token supplies, right? So suppose a 5% interest rate on BTC pair, on the BTC lending pair. Then the fees collected could be used to purchase Parrot tokens from the open market. And the Parrot token could be used to incentivize network participants, as for example, the liquidation pool or the OPs.
Got it. So potentially you're like recycling instead of like using those fees to go and buy the tokens and burn them and remove them from circulation, you'd instead maybe go buy them and use them to continue the incentivization process so that you don't have to keep emitting tokens onto these people that
Yeah.
need to receive incentives?
Yeah. So I think that's probably more sustainable in the long term. I think that the problem with burning the token is it sounds good theoretically, like you're like paying everyone, but you're also paying people that are just not doing anything for the network. So I think like it would be good to like maybe to sort of have different proportions of how you want to pay your protocol holders. Like you could burn like a percentage of it, but you can also use it to incentivize network participants. Like you use a big chunk of it to incentivize the behavior you want.
Makes sense. And for this last couple minutes here, would you mind quickly just going over what these first use cases of Pi will be for these new joiners, so they have a sense of why they would want to mint Pi?
Yeah, I think like because the ecosystem is so early in the beginning, so I don't like to be perfectly honest. I don't think there's going to be that many use cases. So as we mentioned already, the first use case is just going to be a way to leverage up, right? So you can like generate Pi, then you just buy more BTC or buy more Sol, or you can participate in different kinds of incentive pools, like for example, like participating in the liquidation pool or participating in the trading pool in the LP pair,
Hmm.
the Pi Parrot LP pair, for example, that's gonna get a lot of emission as well, and you can use it to participate in the liquidation pool. So that's like probably the third use case, and the fourth use case is you can use it to participate in our IDO. So we're gonna like boost up our Pi supply
Yep.
by only taking Pi to for our own IDO, for our own governance token IDO.
Awesome. Yeah. And this is just for the listeners, this is going to be one of the first alternate stable coins within the Solana ecosystem, sort of in a sense that you have DAI on Ethereum. We're going to have Pi as well as some others, which is really cool because now we can see stable swaps having more options for users to use as well. And one last thing here before you log off and we get the Mango guys up, would you mind walking people through the minting process one more time?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Okay. I have 100 Pi here. So this is on the DevNet. So there's a faucet where you can get more USDC. Uh, so you can get another 100. Then I have 200 here. Then I can deposit like 100 Pi. Then I can borrow say 50. They this 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 little widget calculates the collateral ratio for you, so you can see like how safe you are.
Hmm.
Click on approve.
Boom. So there you deposit USDC and you minted Pi.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so I got 50 here. Then I do so I can like mint more without depositing. So suppose I want to mint another 10 more. So this actually decreases my collateral ratio because I'm minting more Pi without depositing any more USDC. So you can try that.
Makes perfect sense. Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna now pass it on to the Mango guys, and we appreciate your time. Thanks to all the listeners as well. Now we're getting Mango markets up here.
I apologize for the problem with the
No,
mainnet.
not at all. I know it's working on mainnet, but DevNet examples are good as well.
Okay. Thanks everyone
Yeah.
for having.
Thanks for coming on. Have a good rest of your day.